5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I think we're live and I've got the wrong screen. Hello! Ha! Me hearties! I've gone for a pirate accent again. I don't know why, but it's kind of piratey. Or, and all of that. Ha ha! So this is live game coding, as you may have noticed. From the text just below on the screen, it is from a real Commodore 64. It really is a genuine one. So if I jump over to this one here, and you can't see it, well, that kind of defeats the purpose of what I was trying to do. But if I tilt this camera down, you will see that we have a genuine Commodore 64 here. And if I press F1, the screen will change on the little screen. Ta-da! Room not found. Oh no! So we'll have to do something about that. So let me just put this back up so you can see me. Hello! Hello to Sir Patrick Furlong in the chat. How are you doing tonight, my friend? I hope you're doing well. So the first thing we've got to do is work out what we're doing with the game. Because this is a basic version of Commodore 64's Graphic Adventure Creator. I don't believe it has from disk the quick start. We'll try. It does not have it, so we are not able to work on a quick start file. We will have to go from just what we've got, and that's possibly going to be a problem, but we're going to try out putting in some basics. So if I start, oh Patrick, I'm so sorry to hear that. If it's any consolation, there's a lot of people in that position at the moment. I hope that you're okay, and if you need help, you know who to call, okay? You know who you can call. But here's the thing. We have a situation that we have no nouns, we have no verbs, so we can't go north, we can't go south, we can't go anywhere, we can't get, take, or whatever. So I'm thinking we write these down in a book, and we'll see how that goes. So that will also allow us to test whether we can actually do this on a genuine Commodore 64, given the fact that I don't know if we have a spare disk file. I kind of didn't think of that. So let's try this. Let's try this out. I'm going to write down a few things. We're going to have to go with the verbs. Let's start with verbs, V. So let's say we have verb 1, which is north, and we'll go from that. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll have north, south, east, and west. North, south. Are they even on screen? There you are. North, south, east, west. That's our verb list. And notice I put numbers next to them. We're going to need that for the programming that GAC uses. Graphic Adventure Creator GAC. You get used to it if you don't know the terms. Because it goes, instead of using commands like if north, it's like if 1. And it's if verb 1. So that's what it's looking for. So let's type these in. 1. No, actually, delete that. Can we delete? Yes. We want north. Oh. It's not going to... That's interesting. Does this not... Why is it not letting me do it? Okay, I'm talking confidently like I know how to use this thing. Put it in. It's not going to let me. That's very interesting. What if I just press enter? 1. Nope, that's not going to do it. Okay, so how do I... This is not good. Where's home to retrieve last edit? Oh, there it is. Clear. Okay, it doesn't want to do it. That's... We have a problem here. Right at the start, I don't know how this works. So, that's not great. And we're going to have to work this out. So, what can I do? Erase adventure. Completely erase the adventure. Yes, let's do that. There's nothing here. Yes! Let's do this. Right, can we do this properly now? Can we start with... I've sent you a disk image via Messenger that does have a quick start file. Thank you. I still got to work out how this works though. Verbs. I want to insert a verb. Can I press return and put it in? No. What if I press insert? What if I press insert? North. Go. It really doesn't want to do it. It really doesn't want to. Oh my goodness, this is hilarious. We can't do this. This is terrible. Yeah, nothing works. To edit, cursor up and down. Well, I was doing the cursor up and down. It didn't work. Wow, this is weird. If I can't get this to work, how am I supposed to do anything? North. 1. North. No, not shift. No. Press shift lock. This is hilariously bad. 1. North. Oh! It asks you to put the... Right. I'm forgetting how this works. You have to put the number in. 1. North. 1. N. 2. South. 2. S. 3. East. 3. E. And 4. West. 4. W. There we go. So we've got north, south, east and west. So now we have it. Shall we put in a 5 for up? We'll put in U as well for short form. That's another thing you have to program every single thing you want. 6 is down. No, down, not depone. Not down, down. Wow, I've lost the ability to do things. Right. 7 will be get. 7 can also be take. 8 could be drop. Or 8 can be put. There we go. So I'm going to write this down. And thanks, Patrick, for sending the quick start file, but it's okay. You should know that when editing everything, it's in overwrite mode. So yeah, so I could just overwrite things. Okay. 5 was up. 6 is down. 7 is get. And 8 is drop. So there we go. And I've just realised that I've been on screen for the entire... Wow, I am out of my mojo tonight, aren't I? Let's put the actual thing on screen so you can see it. That's why we're doing live coding. Oh my goodness. Wow, I'm messing up tonight. Whoa. So, that's what we got so far. We've now got the ability to pick something up, the ability to drop something. We need to test this out now with some rules. Give me a moment to bring up the manual, because we're going to need to put in some certain codes. If I just bring this up on screen, go to Google. Graphic, oh for goodness sake, I'm checking on the wrong keyboard. Wow, I am out of practice with live coding. GAC Manual C64. It's been a while since we did this. The Graphic Adventure Creator. Is this a good one? Yes! This is the actual manual. That is wonderful. So going down to the tables and charts at the end. It is illegal to copy this manual. Okay? Technically it isn't. Copyright violation is not a crime. What they should have said is against the law to copy it. Okay, we've got this. Have we just typed in all the... We've basically typed in most of the quick start file. That's amazing. In fact, we've done it in the same order that they did. Get is 7 and drop is 8. Let's just copy the quick start file from this manual. I know you sent me a thing, Patrick, and I appreciate it, but let's just copy it from this file and just get this done. Yeah, right, this is on screen. Okay, I'm just going to type this in. All the verbs. And then we can make sure we've got a copy of the quick start file worked out. And I can also test, which is important, the ability to actually save. So 9 is look. Yes. I'll put L for that as well. 10 is list. I don't know what list would be, but we're going to put it in. List. What else is 10? Inventory. So we're also going to have inv. So what else we got? Where's 11? 11 is quit. We're going to type all of this in and make sure this all works, because that way we'll have this done. What's 12 words? Words and exit is both 12. That's a bit weird. That's interesting. 13 is pictures. Oh, I get it now. Yeah, words and pictures to turn the graphics on and off. 14 is save. 15 is restore. Also known as load, I believe. Yes, 15 is load. 16 is examine. We'll need that one. We'll put examine as well, because it's much easier to do it that way when you're playing. I think 16 is the highest it goes. Yes, it is. That is our list. So that's the list that we have here. So we're going to now leave that. If we press the arrow key back. So we need a noun. Nouns 255 is it. That's all we have there. And then we have some messages. We'll see how this goes. Hi Simon, how you doing? And James Pets, hello, how are you doing? So we're going to put these messages in. And actually, no, at this point, before we go any further, we're going to try and save. I am using the SD to IEC. SD to IEC is pretty good. It should be read-write. So if I press save onto disk, data file. What would you like to call this data file? T2, insert data disk. Saving T2. Did that work? Now let's erase the adventure, just to make sure. Yes. Yes, we really want to do it. T to load adventure from disk. T2.adv. File error. Do you want to try again? No. Is it just called T2? Disk. We just want to call it T2. Loading T2. List our verbs. There we go. Ha 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 ha. This engine is restrictive. It is a bit. We've played around with this one before. I think we have written an adventure in it. Yeah, just type in T2. We didn't call it .adv. So there's our list of things. The weirdest thing about the Commodore 64 is the cursors are 2 buttons. You have to press Shift to go up. You have to press Shift to go left, I think it is. Yes. Weird. But it's there. So we've got this so far. So let's put the messages in. We have a few messages that we need and some conditions that we have to type in. Gets us into the coding spirit, and then we will have our copy of the Quick Start Adventure thing, basically. Hi, Iron Horse, how are you doing? So, messages. Message number 239 is, you are carrying. Okay, that's not the best way to start, so let's try that again. You are... I really love the keys on the Commodore 64. I don't know why, it's just I do. 240 is what now? Which I am going to change, because I don't like what now. I'm going to go for the more common, possibly slightly American, just greater than sign and a space. That's what I'm going to go for instead. 241, you can't. Where's the... Oh, there it is. Oh, it's in the same place as on the Amstrad. You can't. For the apostrophe. That's excellent. 242 is pardon. Okay. Okay, I don't know why, but I keep wanting to press the return key instead of pressing the shift key. It feels like it's in the right place for that. It's not really right for what we want. 243 is press a key. Press any key for another game. ... Your back's giving you grief. I'm sorry to hear that. and then 244. We'll get through this part. This is the part that we need to have, and then we'll work it out. The TTS chip is quite awful compared to the usual ESU stuff. Oh! You're about sound chips. Right, yeah. 244 is, are you sure? Are you sure? How you doing, Jan?
I'm alright.
Are you sure? Yes or no? 245. Wow, it's getting warm in here. I'm taking my hat off.
Nerdside represent.
Yes, you do. How are you doing? You're alright?
Yeah, I'm alright.
I'm glad.
So how is everybody doing?
Everyone seems fine.
Yes, I approve of James.
Of course you do. 245, where is that? Yes, you already got that. Right, this is basic admin stuff. We'll have all this done soon. 246. You don't have that. What they actually have is, you haven't got that, but I don't like that, so you don't have that. There you go. Patrick, I hope things get better for you, man. 247. You can't see that. 248. You're carrying too much to... Oh, I need to press enter first. Too eager. You're carrying too much to pick that up. What else? 249. You're... Seriously? 249. Why is this going on like this? Your score... This... 250, and you took 251. Where's 251? It's dark, you can't see. 252. Well, actually, no, let's leave it as what it was. I can't find that anywhere. 253. We get there in the end. You can also see. 254. Okays. I don't know what that's for. 255 turns. Oh, needs a space. Right, let's see how this goes. So, we've now got all of those. So, we're going to save again. Save adventure to disk, data file, qs.adv. It's not quite finished yet. That is the quick start file. So, we're getting through it. The next part we need to do is low priority conditions. And that's going to help a lot with what we're doing. I've got to bring it in here. So this is what we're going through for the moment, the quick start data file, which is this stuff here. We've typed all of that in, and all of that and that. We need the low priority conditions, which are basically what make this game work. You don't use file extensions on C64 stuff. Well, I do. Save adventure, disk, data file, QS. There we go. See, I'm from the computers that work the other way. I work properly with big lines. So, we haven't got far to go. All we need is those there and those there. And then I think we're ready. This should be fun. Let's do this. Low priority conditions is L. Start from 1. If verb 9, which was the look command, use the code for look, then wait for a key press, I believe, then end. Line number is 2. Yeah. If you type look, redescribe the room that you're in and wait for a new command. That was what that was. If verb 10 display message 239. That's inventory, the inventory command. Display message 239, which is you are carrying. Then list the things you're carrying. Oh, list the things you're carrying. Right. Wait for next option. Then end. So that's not bad. We get an idea of how this works now. The way the code works is very simple. If they've typed this verb, do that thing. That's basically how this works. If verb 11, quit the game. Wait for an OK, then end. I imagine this is how Stefan in Black Mirror Bandersnatch felt while he was coding. Oh my goodness, that program was amazing. So good. That was 3. So yeah, if you type quit, it'll ask for, are you sure? Yes or no? And then OK. Number 4. If the weirdest thing about Bandersnatch was he appeared to be programming in BASIC. It's like, dude, you do not code in BASIC for a program that complicated. You'll run out of memory. But there you go. If verb 12, text only. Okay. End. 5. We're getting through these pretty quick. Now I'm going to bring this up to here because I need to see it. Sorry if this looks a bit weird on the screen for you. If verb 13 picked, so for pictures, okay, and we don't have any pictures. That was 5. 6 is if verb 14 save, okay, end. Hi, question check. How you doing? Was that 5 or 6? That was 5. So this is the 7 that we're going to do now. If verb 15 load, then look, then wait, then end, which shows us that Iron Horse says there's one amazing Easter egg in that too. There's a secret ending where the audio seems to glitch, but if you play the sound to a C64, it turns into a game. Oh my goodness. That is amazing. I love that. That's fantastic. Why would it be on C64 though? He was coding on a Spectrum. That's a bit weird. That's the ending I never got though. Let's put it that way. What we've got here is look, wait, end, which means that we can, load, look, wait, end, which means that we can stack commands. Okay, there we are. That is all we need for this. Except if you notice one other thing. There's low priority conditions. We have not, at any point, checked for picking up and dropping. There isn't one. Here we are. So let's have a look in the manual now, because I know that there are going to be needs. There we are. What is the OK command again? 254. Okay. I'm fine. How my super chats are turned off because this channel is not monetized. I used to be monetized, and then they changed all of the stuff, and then it stopped working. So it's like, no, we can't have that. It's either a C64 or a Spectrum. I'm not sure, but the result is still the same. That is actually really cool. Yeah, being popular enough to tractors. I don't know why they do this. Like, no one is going to go to a website that is clearly full of viruses, because that's what these are. Joyfully insane. So what we need now is to work out Let's have a look. What is get? Get or take is 7. So we're going to have to put into, what is it, low priority condition, I suppose, yes. Yeah, it will be. So we're going to go for another low priority condition. What was, I think, was it 8 we just finished? No. Was it 7 that we just did? Yes. So, if verb 7... oh, no, it's not. We can't do a get because it's not a general thing. That's why it's not there. So, we have now done the thing. Save adventure. Disk. Data file. We'll call it quick start. Oh, file error. Would you like to try again? Yes. Oh, we can't. That's interesting. Ironheart says, I'm still quite away from being eligible for monetization on my channel. I need 230 more subscribers and about 2,100 more watch hours. Yeah, that's pretty much how we are. Save adventure to disk as a data file. QS1. And it saves. That's great. What's this adventure going to be about? That's the question that we have to come to now, isn't it? Because we don't know. So let me bring myself back up on screen. We can talk through this. Oops. The original idea was that we were going to do this as that Terminator 2 adventure that I was making as a kid that had... Oh, excuse me, I was so tired. I've been running errands all day and it's ridiculous. That was a mess. It had a businessman, a thing of paint, a plunger, and a T-1000 running around. And at no point, as long as it's not going to be a port of Virgo... No, it's not going to be a port of Virgo 1. We've already done Virgo 1. I mean, we could do Virgo 2. But the point of this was, basically, we were going to do a very silly offshoot of the Terminator 2 story, where instead of being the guy who goes back in time, like the T800, we were going to be a bunch of people who were making sure that that mission went well. I think that was the idea that we were talking about. By distracting Skynet. So we need to do a load of stuff for that. That seems like what people were asking for, so that's what I was planning. What do you guys think of that? Maybe write a new Broken Mirror game. Broken Mirror 3, still broken. Done the BBC and C64 pods. Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm not going to do the Virgo 1. Like I say, I've already done Virgo 1. It's fine for people to port it if they want. Well, I'm going to port it to Jenny's train controllers. That would be amazing. If you could put it on the NC power cap. In order to use your trains, you must complete this adventure. Why have I got that weird? That's weird. Question Trek says, they did that. It's the story in the Terminator. I suppose so, yeah. Billy's replacement speaker's the adventure. I suppose we could not get sued and just make a story about time-traveling robots. That could work. We definitely need some plunger businessman action with the mauve paint. Yes. I do like a nice cup of tea. It's very nice. So we need somewhere to start. So if we're going to go down our own parody route and kind of take the mick out of Terminator 2, we're going to need a place to start. All over the house to search for tea. I am actually considering doing that as a platformer. Like a Christmas adventure. Tezrin ran out of tea and the shops are shut on Christmas Day. So she's got to find tea. That kind of thing. I do like a cup of tea. Let me finish this off and then we'll get on. So, if we have this as a weird time-traveling robot adventure, let's think of how we do. I want to try and keep it short. Not short. I want to keep it contained. You know how in Day of the Tentacle, there are only so many rooms. You've got like the weird convention center, the hall, the hallway, the stairs, And then the upper floor with a few rooms. Maybe you should start in the cleaning cupboard with the... How could she run out of tea? Would have thought she'd buy... She does, but you know, sometimes you just get a real hankering for tea. So if we start in a cleaning cupboard with a plunger... Okay, let's do that. What's room number 1? You are in... Whoa! You're in a cupboard, surrounded by shelves full of cleaning equipment. Your amazing analytical brain swiftly deduces that this is the cleaner's cupboard. There we go. Connections are now we need to draw a map, because we have a cleaning cupboard now. We probably need the wet trays and Steve the manager, head of catering. So, how did we get into the cupboard with the plunger? That is the question. I think the first thing we need to do, before we can really get going, is to find the key ingredients of a hangover cure. And it turns out you got drunk and fell asleep in a cupboard. That would be my way of doing it. So, we're in a cleaner's cupboard. Room 1, cleaner's cupboard. Connections are, let's go east into a hall. And there we go. East to 2. Which picture goes with this room? None. 2. You are in a... This creature that keeps coming up is ridiculous. Report. I apologise profusely, guys, for the fact that these things are back on YouTube. I thought YouTube had got rid of them. Connections. Switch screens. I now have a bunch of Terminators come back and wipe out humanity by taking over their jobs. Oh my goodness. You are in a drab corridor with no windows, a flickering phosphorescent. I love that word. That's a good one. I use it every day. And a worn out linoleum floor. What can we say as a commentary here? A corridor that mimics... No, I'm not going to... we're not going to put that. T1981, come back in time that resembles the Prime Minister. Connections are west into 1. No room. Now we go back. So, begin where? We begin in 1. Shall we start this? Enter the adventure! I've just realised I'm still on the big screen. Guys, you've got to tell me these things. Right, you didn't even see most of what I typed there. Let's enter the adventure. You're in a cupboard surrounded by shelves full of cleaning equipment. Your amazing analytical brain swiftly deduces this is the cleaner's cupboard. Exits. Exit. Okay. Well, that's... Go back. Patrick says I did tell it. Did you? I didn't see that. How did I not? When? It's not on my screen. Oh, connections, switch screens. Right. I see what you're on about. Yeah, sorry. Shall we have lots of unnecessary items so the players have to deduce what they actually need? Yes, we'll do that as well, don't worry. Let's try this again. So, enter the room. The cleaner's cupboard. We go east. You're in a drab corridor with no windows, a flickering phosphorescent light, and a worn-out linoleum floor. Go west. I love that it's making sure that the text we type doesn't run over, so it actually manages to correctly justify all of the text. That's nice. I don't think the Amstrad version did that. I had to... No, it did. It was something else that was doing that, didn't. Okay, give me one moment. I need to call for aid. Jan? Jan? I must call for aid.
What do you have to...
I've run out. Oh, it's alright, I found some.
What do you have to...
I was looking for tissues, but I found some. Haha. I'll tell you what, guys, the allergy season seems to be running over this year. I went into a shop yesterday, and something in there caught the back of my throat, and I just started a coughing fit, and everyone looked at me like I had COVID. It's like, no, I'm not. I'm not here to kill you all. I just came to look at whether they've got any retro games. How about a Terminator that looks like Jenny who goes back in time to take over the train network? We need to lose the comma before linoleum. Do we? No, we don't. Do we? Well, now that's an interesting debate we could have. A worn-out comma, linoleum floor. I suppose we don't need it if we're looking at it from the point of the linoleum's worn out. But if we're looking at it from the point of view of describing the floor, worn out and linoleum are two different descriptors. That would require a comma. Okay, we can we could have that debate all night. Let's just change it and not argue. Which room number 2? Yeah, this. Whoa. Okay. Okay, the whole thing is in overwrite mode, so I do not like... Oh my goodness, I do not like this. Okay. Flickering. Every single thing is going wrong. Oh my goodness. Put an I instead of an E. Right, so it's in overwrite mode permanently. You can't just go in and type something and it'll move. Wow. There's a way to insert spaces, but I can't remember what it is, says Patrick. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, there we are. So that's our rooms, the first 2 rooms. Oh, for goodness sake, this thing! How many things has it got? Go away, you stink and you're horrible and we don't want you here because your website is full of stuff no one wants. We're busy doing retro games. We don't want you. Go away. Oh my goodness. The things you have to put up with when you're trying to do YouTube. You know, we went months without any of these things turning up. Ugh. I hate spammers. They don't even up your view count. Because when you report them, they get taken down. Maybe it's... Maybe the spammer. I can just see that now. The spammer. Yes. Thanks very much, Patrick. I do appreciate it. So we're going to need some objects. Whoa. Chang star object number. Okay, object number 1. Okay. Object number 1 starts in room number 1 and weighs 1. Object number of 1. Okay. Let's think. A broken mop. And it weighs 3. Second object, let's think. We should have an empty bucket. Starts in room number 1 and weighs 1. A bucket. No. Delete. Number 3. Now that will be... I don't know what's wrong with this thing, but it seems to be okay. I do appreciate that, Patrick, for dealing with the spammers. A bucket of soapy water. Starts in room number 99. No. Let's think. 255. And weighs 4. And 4 will be a bucket of dirty water. 255 and weighs 4. Why have I done that? Because room number 255 we will not be using. That's going to be our storage room. Now we have bucket, and then it has options. We can have the dirty water, we can have the soapy water. We could have a puzzle involving using the bucket of water to clean something. So let's just make a note of these. 2 bucket, empty. 3 soapy water. 4 dirty water. So there's the start of one of our potential puzzle options. What do we have from then? So that's 4. 5 will be the plunger. A plunger. Starts in room number 1 and weighs 1. Got an interesting retro item in the post today. So, oh, I'd love to see that. Yes, thank you. So let's try that now. If we go into the game, we should see... You can also see a broken mop, an empty bucket, a plunger. Okay, so what I see from here is that we need a space before you can also see in our messages. So that's okay, we can do that. Messages. Which message number was that? Bring up the things. You can also see... Where is it? You're carrying what now, Pa? Seriously? You can also see it's 253. 253. What if I press shift and space? Nope. You can also see. Just leave it like that. Okay. Let's go back and try that again. There we are. Now it's got a space. You're in a cupboard surrounded by shelves full of cleaning equipment. Your amazing analytical brain swiftly deduces that this is the cleaner's cupboard. You could also see a broken mop, an empty bucket, and a plunger. Dum dum dum, dum 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 dum. And if we wanted to do this a bit more, we could take the space off the end of you can also see and put a space on the front of all of those descriptions so that there's a space after each comma. We could do that, but we won't. Not yet, anyway. You are carrying nothing. Okay, we need a space at the end of you are carrying. See, we're getting all the errors out first for all the really simple stuff, because let's face it, We don't want to have to sort this out later. You are carrying is 239. 239. Let me just use this cursors. Goes to there. And let's try that again. You are carrying nothing. Ta-da! There we go. Not bad. So we're getting somewhere now. We can't get any of these things. Get mop. You can't. We haven't coded that. Shall we try? Okay, we need some nouns now, because we don't have any for any of this stuff. One is mop. One is also broken mop. Okay. No, remove that, remove that. We don't want broken. 2 is bucket. 3 is also bucket. And 4 is bucket. That is going to be a problem for us, isn't it? So, remove 3. 5 is a plunger. We'll work out something about the bucket later on, because it's going to require us to put in some flags, I believe. Yes. Yeah, that would work. In fact, we can actually just use it as bucket. That's fine. We can sort this out. So, yes, mop and bucket, that'll be fine. I think that's all we need. So, right. We need to write these down. 1 is a mop. Broken. 5 is a plunger. Now we've got to type in some codes. So, put my note. Oh, for goodness sake! Why do I want, guys? I am suffering tonight from problems of trying to get things to balance. It's lovely, isn't it, when you have days like this? Let's go back. So we need low priority conditions now. Was it 7? That was the last one. Yes. So 8. If verb, I believe it's 7 to get, yes. Verb 7 and noun 1 and here 1, get 1, okay, end. Wow, it doesn't know it. Okay, I thought that was how we did it. Oh, it's not. They've changed the code. A verb 7, a noun 1, and a verb 1. Right. It's all in one block. It's okay. We can do this. We can do this. So I've got it all wrong. If verb 7 and noun 1 and here 1. Hi Desiree, how you doing? There we go. Did that work? Oh my goodness. Let's try that out. Make sure it worked. Get mop. Okay, inventory. You're carrying a broken mop! We did it! We can't put it down though. We have not put it. Right, let's go back because we need to. Right, so that worked. Low priority conditions 9. If verb 8 and noun 1 and carrying 1, drop 1. Haha. Okay, end. That seemed to work. Let's try it. Get mop. Okay, drop mop. Okay. Hey, hey! We're doing good. Yes, thank you, Desiree. How are you doing? Right, so we can down there. Lock? No, look. Yes. See a broken mop, an empty bucket, and a plunger. Right. I don't like that it says OKs, even though that's what's in the manual. So let's Can you ask Jenny to get me some Diet Coke, please? And keep an eye out for trolls and spams. Hi, Amelia. Hello. Hello, Amelia. Meow. Meow. I'm not sure she'll be able to send you. By the time she got it to you, it'd be flat. That's the problem. So 254 is OKs. Let's change that message. I don't like OKs. We're going to remove that and say done. There you go. So we now need to have them book it. So low priority conditions. Was it 8 for, yeah. 9. She asked if she can play with Jane's train. Fred wasn't allowed to play with Jane's trains. I don't think Amelia's going to be allowed. There's no upper age limit or lower age limit on that one. If verb 7 and noun 2 and here 2. Get 2. Okay. End. Is that 9? No. Is that 10? I really should remember what we've just been doing. 11. If verb 8 and noun 2 and carrying 2. No, not 20. Drop 2. Okay. End. Burn? Why have I got burn? Verb. Why on what? Verb. There we go. Was that get or that drop? No, that was drop. Right. 12. If verb 7 and noun 5 and here 5. Get 5, okay. End. I've done it again, burn. Oh, I see what's going on. The keys are moved slightly to the right of where I expect them to be when touch typing. That's why. It's on the lower line because of the Commodore key. That is amazing. It literally is. Verb. Okay, we'll get used to it. And then 13 to drop the plunger. If verb 8 and noun 1 and carrying 1. Drop 1. Okay. No, not... We're not dropping 1, we're dropping 5. Drop 1. Dropping 1 is slang where I grew up for farting. So, we should now be able to pick up and drop everything. So, let's go into the adventure. Get mop. Get bucket. Get plunger. Inventory. Carrying a broken mop, an empty bucket, and a plunger. Look, there we go. Let's try. Let's drop mop. I love the keys on the Commodore 64. I've got a C64C, the one that was redesigned, and it's wonderful. It's a pleasure to type on, but because of the Commodore key, all of the keys on the bottom row are shifted over by one, and it's really hard to deal with. Drop plunger. There we go. There we go. So it's working. We now have... It's only taken us almost an hour, but we now have the basis of an adventure game. There we go. So let's get the bucket and go east and drop the bucket. And now, see, we can just put it wherever we want. Patrick says, yeah, it still needs repair. It does. I need to do that, but I need to get Christmas and everything else that's been happening around here over with. So we'll see how it goes. In the new year, I have a repair list. I've got to sort out the crackling on the Spectrum, which I think is just dirt or dust that's got into the connector itself, rather than anything on the Spectrum itself. So that the sound works. The Commodore 64, I need to deal with the repairs on that because of the SID chip, which I'm pretty sure is in here. When I got it, Patrick, I know you said you would, but I want to sort everything out that's been going on here first. I know that there's a SID chip in here because when I got it, it was playing. It played music. I tested it because I know the SID chip can be a bit iffy, but it was very low, and then it stopped after a couple of days. So I think it's either a dry solder joint or the chip's gone. And the third one, and possibly one of the more important ones in terms of being able to review things, I have an MSX. I'm going to bring myself up on the screen. I have an MSX, a CX5M. It's a really, really rare MSX because it wasn't made in huge amounts. It didn't sell as well as some of the other MSXs, which didn't sell all that well in the UK to start with. It's the one that Yamaha did for sticking a keyboard on and doing music stuff. SID's most likely in a socket, yeah. So I have that, and it's in perfect condition as far as I can see, but no power supply. Power supply got lost by the previous owner. So it needs a new power supply, but you can't get one for love nor money because, like I say, these things are rare. However, it can be modded. It can be modded to use a power supply from a ZX Spectrum Plus 3. I kid you not. So what I'm going to do is find someone who can do the mod and then buy a replacement power supply, one of the new ones like Retro Computer Shack does and things like that, for a Plus 3 and get that running. But all of that is in the new year because at the moment, like I say, Christmas has to be done, and that's taking most of my attention and finances. And all the other stuff that's been going on here has pushed everything back. So that's all in the new year. Speaking of the new year, I want to get the Hammercast going again. And it's not going to wait till New Year. I want to get the Hammercast going again fairly soon. GameHammer has a podcast. Did you know that? Probably not. We've had 3 episodes. I'm going to say 2 episodes. 3 episodes over multiple years. And I want to get it going properly. But it's going to be a bit different to what it has been because it's going to be more like, you know, the Saturday morning magazine shows where you would have a weird little puppet guest. I'd say like this guy, but he was on, I don't know, he was on the Brum Cupboard on afternoons. Hi! And I want to have characters and things like that doing various things. We're going to have like This Week in Retro News, This Week in Modern News, and they're both going to have different characters to present it. So that'll be fun. And also like a what have I been playing this week kind of thing, where we get an idea of all the stuff that I've been gaming with, and fun stuff like that, and little comedy sketches as well, because I want to get the comedy going, but clearly I work too much in the evenings to be able to get out there and get to stand-ups, so I'll do the comedy via YouTube. That'll be the way I do it. That's what I'm thinking of, and that's coming soon, probably start of December. That'll be fun. I've got to get everything sorted out for that. But it lets me use this room because I've got here. I have this screen. You'd never see me use this screen because when I'm sitting here, I'm either right in it like this or not in it at all. But that background, I set that up to use as the background for a show. Patrick says Jenny works you too hard. She doesn't really. I mean, you've got to remember that Jen's channel is one of 3 that we have. And my job is keeping those going and doing the edits and the production side of things, writing, producing, and all of that. This is my job. I work myself too hard. I work Jen fairly hard as well. I keep telling her to do X, Y, and Z. So it's some of those issues. That's just how it is here. We work very hard. Because if we don't work, nothing happens at all. That's just how it is. So we'll see how it goes from there. But yeah, I want to get that going again because I like making stuff and I like being stupid on the internet. And playing with the little fuzzy toys lets me be stupid on the internet. So that's what I want to do. But I have such a headache. It's ridiculous. It's just easier to blame Jenny, says Patrick. It is. But there we are. That's kind of how we're doing it. So, here's the thing. We need to work out what we're going to do with this game. We've got 2 rooms. We've got the cupboard and we've got the hallway. The first thing we're going to have to do is Well, we have the idea that the guy's got a hangover. The character we're playing as has a hangover, which means that they won't be able to do the high security thing of entering a passcode in order to get through an area, because their brain isn't working yet. So we need to get them a hangover cure. So that's possibly going to be our first thing. So perhaps we should go to the canteen and see if we can sort something out from there. Shall we do that? I think so. At the moment we have 2 rooms. We have the... Where is it? I'm getting confused. There it is. Oh my goodness, why can't I do this? My spatial awareness is terrible today. We have the hallway and we have the cupboard. That is ridiculous that I can't do this properly. So we have a cupboard and a hallway. I'm thinking if we have at the end of the hall the canteen. I want to keep it reasonably small so that we don't have various rooms where we don't need anything in it. But there, let's have another hallway room. And then at the end of that we'll have the canteen. 3 and room 4. So if we do it that way, then we have the canteen at the end of the hall. So let's type those in, and then let's see if we can find a way of doing something like we have to open a cupboard, we have to do this, that, and the other. We'll end up with some markers that we have to use. Markers are very cool in adventures because it lets you do certain things. Press a key. Okay. We need the rooms. Room descriptions. So room number 3. You are in hallway. The drab decor reflects the lack of care and attention this company shows to its staff. The customer facing rooms are bright and happy, but back here with the plebs, it's no attention, no care, no attention, no soul. Oh, that's how you see it. Anyway. So, there we go. We now have a guy who just mopes around and moans. North to 4, south... No, for goodness sake, no room. Room number 3. North to 4, south to 2. And 4. This is the canteen. The best room in the building. Because that's where the comfy chairs are. There's a kettle, microwave, and a short fridge in one corner, plus comfy chairs and a few cupboards. It's a home away from home for those who have low standards. No, I can't put that in. I was going to have it's a home away from home for those who have low standards of what a home is. Connections are south to 3. Which pitch goes with this room? None. Right. There we are. We have a room now. Should we have cleaning robots? That would be cool. That would be cool. Right. So we go east and north. Can't go north from east. Of course we can't because we haven't done it yet. Rooms. Room number 2. Connections are north to 3. Go back. into the adventure. So if we go east, we're in the hall, and then hall. Ah! I've done it again. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Thank you, Patrick, for pointing that out. Then here's the hallway. You're in a hallway. The drab decor reflects a lack of care and attention this company shows to its staff. The customer-facing rooms are bright and happy, but back here with the plebs, it's no care, no attention, no soul. Oh, that's how you see it anyway. North. This is the canteen, the best room in the building, because that's where the comfy chairs are. There's a kettle, a microwave, and a short fridge in one corner, plus comfy chairs and a few cupboards. It's a home away from home. So, what could be in this, and how would we look in the fridge? Because we're going to want to look in the fridge, and we're going to want to look in the cupboards. So, the way to do this is to have basically a room, isn't it? That's how we'd do it. Surely that's a kitchen, not a canteen. Yes, it is. It's the staff kitchen. Ah, damn it. James, I'm glad you're here to correct these things. Right, let's do this. Room number 4. Of course, we can't. How do we not overwrite? There's no way to overwrite. This is the staff kitchen. The best room in. Okay, this is just getting annoying now. Why isn't it the staff kitchen? The best room in the building. Oh, because that's where the comfy chairs are. I've lost the ability to type. There's also a short fridge, a kettle, microwave, and a few in here. It's home away from home if you have low standards. Oh, come on, go back, go back! Now, south to 3. Oh, for goodness sake. I'm getting a bit annoyed that it doesn't let you overwrite things properly. It's home away from home if you have low standards, which is what I wanted to type, but I couldn't because I accidentally pressed return instead of shift. I don't know why I'm doing that. The shift key is clear. It's in the right space. I keep pressing return anyway. This is a very annoying affliction. It's home away from home if you have low standards. South to 3. Right. So what we need to do now is work out how we're going to do this. So we need some nouns. We need nouns. 6 is chair. 7 is kettle. 8 is fridge. 8 is also refrigerator, because someone's going to type that. 9 is cupboard. Right, so let's write these things down. So what's 6? 6 is chair. Chair or chairs? So let's put that in as well. Chairs. Right. 7's kettle. 8's fridge. 9 is cupboard. And I'm going to put in a 10th as a sink. We haven't mentioned the sink, but it's there. Okay. So let's do this. We need some markers. How do we use markers? Because we're going to need those in a moment. How do markers work? Right. Markers. 0 set means our room has been described since last reset. Okay, so we can use these. We can go from 4. Okay, from 4. That's good. We need markers. How do we use the markers? Why do we need markers? Because. Right. Our verbs begin where conditions, local. Are they the no, that's not. Graphics, high priority condition, low priority message, nouns, objects, room descriptions. Local conditions. Oh, that's interesting. Can we? Counters and markers. So we can just set a marker. Oh, that's great. Right, we can set markers. That's great. That's okay. We can work this out now. So we can set some markers. Okay. So we can use marker 4. We're going to use the marker to work out how whether the kettle is full or not, you see, because it's going to be part of a thing that we're doing. So, low priority conditions. No, we need a message first. Messages. Message number 1. The kettle is old and probably needs a service, or perhaps a magician. Nevertheless, it will probably boil some water for you. We're going to leave a space at the end. 2. It. Ah! What? 2. What? Oh, press and return instead of shift again. Why do I do that? It is empty. And then 3. It is full. Hey Retro Mickey, how you doing? So, there we go. Message number. Go back. So, low priority conditions. Right. Low priority conditions, L. Line number, what is it up to? 14? Interesting. Picked the right one? Yes, we did. 14. If verb. What is the verb for examine again? 16, wasn't it, guys? Let me just quickly check. Where's my verbs? 16. If verb 16 and noun, what did we write for the kettle? Noun 7. And let's check markers. How do we do the markers? Did you get your SID fix? No, we haven't, but we're using the Commodore anyway. We can... Oh, we're going to need a counter. We're going to need a counter. Unless we... Okay, we can set... Ah, we can have them set as reset. Right. That's cool. If it's... So, markers can be set or reset. And set. We're going to use... Which marker is it that we're using? Which ones do they use? Markers at 3 is set. 0, 1, 2, 3. So we can use 4 for marker 4. And set 4. Message 1. Message 2. Okay, end. That worked. And then, is that 14? Yes. Yes. 15. If verb 16 and noun, which one's cattle? 7. And reset. Is that reset? Yes. Ah, resi. Res 4. Message 1. Message 3. Okay, end. I will be amazed if this works. Come across many C64 past couple of months. If I come across one that spares, I'll send it. Thank you so much. That would be appreciated. Let's see if this works. So let's go east, north, north. We're in the staff kitchen. Examine kettle. Ah, stack is empty because it's not set. Oh. So we can't set it like that. Oh, we need set question mark. Not just set. I missed. I'm using the wrong one. Okay, that's fine. Let's go back to low priority conditions. Line number 14. Welcome back, Patrick. How are you finding coding on the C64? Mostly fine. Funny, it's perfectly fine. I'm actually liking this. It's pretty good. Right, let's see if this works. Let's go east. It does help that I'm using a coding system that I'm very much familiar with. Right, examine kettle. The kettle is old and probably needs a service, or perhaps a magician. Nevertheless, it will probably boil some water for you. It is full. So there you go. So it starts off set. That's interesting. It shouldn't be full. We were going to have it as empty. Send you a pic of the item on Messenger. Ooh, what have we got here? Here we go. Takes a little while. My phone is an iPhone 6s Plus, so it's a bit old. What on earth is that, Patrick? Fujitsu Siemens style. Is that a tablet computer from the early 2000s? Is that a tablet? Patrick, is that a tablet PC from the early 2000s? A stylistic? Wow. That is pretty cool. Okay, so we've got something wrong with the settings. We want it to be empty first. So we need to go to 14 again. And then reset should be empty. Take out the OK because we don't want it to say done. And 15, that should be set. And then take out the OK so that we don't get that. And then that way, then let's have a look at this again and make sure this works. If we get this right, then we've got some good ways of doing things. Oh, I'm already in the room. Examine kettle. It's empty. There we go. So it's set. So it's set as reset. There we go. It is empty. It's an empty kettle. There we go. So that's good news. What's our score? We haven't got a score. We don't have a score. Exit. Done. Or quit. Are you sure? Yes. You scored 0 and you took 8 turns to do it. Oh, there we go. So there we go. We've got somewhere now. We know how to do all these things. So we need a verb now. Verbs. Verb 17 will be fill. It's got a 1.2 gigahertz processor, 512 megabytes of RAM, and an 80 gigabyte hard drive, which you plan to clone and install a bigger capacitor. Wow. 1.2 gigahertz processor and 512 mega RAM. That is more powerful than my first PC. And my second PC. That is amazing. So we've got to fill. We can use now to fill the kettle. Okay, so let's do that. Low priority conditions. Oh, hang on. Give me 1 second. We're in the cupboard. Examine kettle. The kettle is up. We need to do this again. Because I forgot to do a check on the low priority conditions that we were in the room with the kettle. So how do we do a check for which room we're in? We can't. We need to, it should be a local condition, not a low priority condition. Right. At least we know how to do it now. So message 2 is right. Message 2 is empty. Empty if it's reset. So we need local conditions. Which room number? 4. Which line number? 1. Okay, if verb 16 and noun 7 and reset 4, message 1, message 2, end. Line number 2. If verb 16 and noun 7 and set 4, message 1, message 3, end. That's the local conditions for the room. Low priority conditions 14, is it? Yes. We don't need this. Because, unfortunately, if you do it as a low priority condition and you forget that you haven't actually created an object to check where it's here, then you can examine the kettle from anywhere. All of space and time. Now, since we deleted the other one, we have to delete the same line because it's moved them all forward. I can't believe we did that. Then we'll try the fill command because it will work then. Right, go. Exam kettle. You can't. But if I go east, north, north, exam kettle. Kettle is empty. There we go. So, we need local conditions. Right. So, if we've now got a verb to fill, which we do have verb to fill as 17, don't we? Yes, we do. I should write that down. Do that. Fill. Right. We need another message as well. I think it's message 4 now. So, fill is 17. Messages. Message number 4. You fill the kettle from the sink. And message 5, the kettle is already full. Oh. Condition is local. Room number is 4 and line number will be 3. If verb 17 and noun 7 and set question mark 4 message 5 end. Is that 3? Yeah, so 4. If verb 17 and noun 7 and reset question. Hello, Retronics even. I used to write my own parsers back then. Yeah, I did sometimes, but it's so much easier if you just use GAC. And reset 4 message 4 set 4 end. Let's try that now. Enter this. Go east, north twice. Fill kettle. You fill the kettle from the sink. Fill kettle. The kettle is already full. Examine kettle. It is full! Yes! Guys, it works. We've got this to work. We have the first thing. We've used markers to see what we're doing. We know what's going on. This is great. This is so good. So, what should we do now? Well, we need to work out how to do the cupboards. And the cupboards, because things are going to be stored in them, is going to be interesting. Because we need to know how to get stuff out of the cupboards. Oh, there we go. Right. It's going to be a problem because unless we go in the cupboard, that would be a bit difficult, wouldn't it? Surprisingly easy, but obviously GAC has multicolor mode graphics versus my Petsky graphics in basic. There is a bit of that, yeah. So, we've got a fair amount done. Let's put it that way. I'm thinking we leave it there for tonight because it's 10:30 and it's going to take me a little bit of a while to work out how we can check both in the current room that we're in and in the cupboard as well for picking things up and dropping them. Yeah. So we will work it out, but I think we should leave it there. Save adventure. To disk as a data file. What would you like to call the data file? T2 V1. Save it there. Yeah, there we go. I got the C64 at the start of 1984. Oh, wow. I got a C64 last year. My first one. The C64C. I love the design. The keys are wonderful. Probably the best keys that I've used on an old 8-bit because they have a nice feel to them and they're chunky. It's a really nice machine. Let's put it this way. Back in the day, it was always an Amstrad. I was the Amstrad kid, and a lot of my friends had Amstrads, so naturally, we all traded games and things like that, and we all coded as well. I loved code. But my cousin had a Spectrum, and only one person I knew, one of my other cousins, who I didn't see as much, had a Commodore. And because of that, it was Amstrad and Spectrum for me all the time. Commodore was this strange thing that only he knew how to load because he never told us how to do it. So it was always he was in control. And again, I can understand why. It's a control thing. When you're a kid, you need a bit of power. But as a result, I never really got into it. I loved the Spectrum. I love the Amstrad the most. It's always going to be my first love. But the Commodore has grown on me since I got it, because it's actually a really good machine. I can see why it was the front runner. We're going to save the adventure again, because I want to try this out. I want to make sure that this is actually saving properly for a start. Save adventure to disk as a runnable adventure. What do you want to call this runnable adventure? T2 test. Insert the disk. This takes a little bit longer to save. Oh, hopefully there's some space in this disk file that I've created here, which has Graphic Adventure Creator on it. Hopefully this is going to work. We're going to find out in a moment, aren't we? Because I'm going to reset the computer once this is done, and then we're going to load it and see what happens. And if this works, I will make it available, and yeah, we'll see how we go from there. Terminate. Yeah, we're actually doing a kind of jokey version of T2. Right, that's done. So I'm going to use the wonderful Epic's Fast Load Reloaded cart that I bought, because it has this brilliant button on it called a reset button. Beep. Haha. Load file browser, because I've also got the SD to IEC in it. 8.1. Oh, I need to reset the thing. Comma 8,1. See if this works. Run. So, here's the SD to IEC, which is wonderful. Like the one you did, isn't it? Yes, pretty much, but we're doing it in a slightly different way. C64. Load that in. Right down at the bottom should be my creators folder. Yep, GAC. Graphic Adventure Creator. Should have several files on it now. Yes, it does. There, T2 times 1. That's what we've been using. T2 test. Please make this work. Please let this work. Yes! You are in a cupboard surrounded by shelves of cleaning equipment. Go east. Go north. Go north again. We're in the kitchen. Examine the kettle. Yes. Fill the kettle. Fill the kettle. Examine it again. It's full. It is full. And the game works. We've got hardly anything to it, but here we go. We have the file, and because I have got it on this D2IEC, I can copy it onto the main computer, onto my Mac, and make what we've got so far available. I am so happy, guys. This is great. I am so happy. Right. It is 10:30. We've been going for an hour and a half, and it's working. We've got something that works. It's not much, but today we have sorted out our main set of verbs. We've got the basis for the adventure, and we've worked out how the markers and counters work in Graphic Adventure Creator, so we can have more complex things than just is object X in location Y. We can have is object X in location Y and set with this thing and that thing to make everything work. We can have a complex adventure game. We're going to make something pretty special. This is going to be the most advanced adventure game I've written, because when I was a kid I never used markers. I used to do other things. It'd be cool to get these on physical tape one day. It will happen. If it's a decent enough game and people like it, I'll talk to well, I might talk to Retro Fusion Books about putting it onto a cover tape for for Zap 64 magazine or something like that. Because have you seen the cover tapes? Crash has had two Crash cover tapes for the relaunched magazine. So Zap 64 can't be far behind, because whatever Crash does, Zap does. So you never know, we might find it on one of their tapes. That would be fun. That'd be nice. But until next time, guys, thank you so much for joining me. We're going to be doing this every week. We're going to be building more of this game, and I hope that you'll enjoy the journey. And like I said, I'll put it out. GameHammer.co.uk. It is there on the bottom of the screen, with bottom right of the screen where the Amstrad monitor finishes. Has the website. That's where we're going to put the adventure, and we'll see how we go. But until next time, I've been Zoe Kirk-Robinson. You've been watching live game coding. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. I've had a great night. I hope you have too. Take care and bye for now. Bye.